Good evening. Allow me to welcome you to this very special episode of Pineapple Pizza Podcast. Since you are here for your love of discovery, culture, the unknown and controversial pizza toppings, I would like to share with you this evening a special preview of Down to Folk. My wish is that it piques the receptors of your pitiful deprived minds. But first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Warrington, the Chief Engineer of Mask. What is Mask? Splendid. I will tell you since you asked. Mask is the Ministry of Augmented Something Something, and a K. It is a multinational science group specializing in something and the archiving of something else. What you are about to listen to is not real. But, if you listen to Ashley, Lindsay, and Emily, you already knew that. Much like with Pineapple Pizza Podcast, the names, dates, places, and facts within have not been verified in any way, as neither of us have that kind of budget. It is a sampling from our vast archives of the greatest legends and folklore that you never knew existed. Some stories may contain adult themes. But what fantastical story doesn't? If you are listening with children, Child Protective Services has been dispatched to your most recent location. Now sit back, relax and listen to what happens when you give two podcasters access to a top-secret facility, and a minuscule production budget. This is Down to Folk.
Once upon a time, a little girl and a little boy were playing by a small waterfall in the forest of the Appalachian Mountains. The children were the best of friends and might as well have been brother and sister. As they played, splashing in the water, a bear approached, frightening them both onto the opposite bank of the creek. In the silence, they watched the Jesus bugs glide over the surface of the water, unaware of the impending violence. The girl's voice faltered as she meekly entreated the bear to spare them. "Oh, Mother Bear, please don't eat us. We are just two tiny children and hardly worth your time." The bear cocked her head to the side. "But you would make such a simple snack right now, and I'm mighty hungry." The boy then spoke up. "Please, Mother Bear, don't eat us. We'll do anything." At this, the bear's lips spread into a frightening toothy grin. "Well, that's quite the bargain. Okay, I'll tell you what. You, girl, you will stay here with me. Boy, you will go and retrieve 3 things for me. The first is an ostrich feather of pure bronze. You'll have to fight a venomous snake to get it. Good luck, boy." As the boy left, his friend sitting on one side of the bank and the bear shitting on the other, he was overwhelmed with anxiety. A snake? He could be killed. But if he didn't try, his friend would be killed. It was a dire situation indeed. The boy drew closer to the snake's lair and began to shake, trying to steel himself for the danger. As he heard the crackling of the boy's steps on the leaves and twigs, the snake slithered out and hissed menacingly, "Who is it that disturbs my slumber?" The boy, unsure of his abilities to fight as he was only 6 years old and kind of a wuss, decided to see if he could use persuasion to convince the snake to give him the feather. "Snake, I am just a small boy with a big request. I need the ostrich feather of pure bronze to give to Mother Bear to save the life of my best friend. Please, Snake, I will do anything." The snake raised up. "Well, that's quite the bargain. Okay, I'll tell you what. You will go and retrieve 3 things for me. The first is a spoon of pure ruby. You'll need to fight a cougar to get it. Good luck, boy." The boy was momentarily relieved to be out of danger, but realized he was just walking into more. As his footsteps crackled, the cougar leapt from her perch and roared, "Who is it that disturbs my slumber?" The boy swallowed and began, "Cougar, I am just a small boy with a weak body and a big request. I need the spoon of pure ruby to give to the snake for the ostrich feather of pure bronze to return to Mother Bear to save the life of my best friend. Please, Cougar, I will do anything." The cougar sat pertly and began licking her paw. "Well, that's quite the bargain. Okay, I'll tell you what. You will go and retrieve 3 things for me. The first is a moose statue of pure gold. You'll have to cross a narrow and perilous bridge to get to it. Good luck, boy." The boy's courage was growing, but so was his hunger. He approached the bridge but found a large stone to sit on and rest his legs. He peered around him looking for something that would make for a good snack. That's when he saw the berries on a small bush hidden by foliage. Glowing berries. They looked so delicious he couldn't help himself. He fell to his hands and knees and crawled to them, his eyes transfixed on the illuminated orbs. He reached out to touch them and placed one gingerly in his mouth. It was the most delicious thing he had ever tasted. And that's when the idea dawned on him. He could use the berries to barter for the items so he could return to his best friend and save her life. He picked every berry he could and thrust them into his ragged knapsack. All he had to do was retrieve the moose statue of pure gold, and he could be on his way. He stepped upon the rickety bridge, trying to steady himself as it swung over the open creek below. He closed his eyes and kept inching forward. He could see the statue in front of him glittering in the rays that broke through the branches. When he reached the end of the bridge, he ran to the statue, clutched it tightly, and began to run across the bridge. But in his excitement and haste, he had forgotten the cardinal rule of rickety bridges. You must take them slowly. The bridge rocked, and he was pitched from it into the thrashing water and rocks below, mercifully dying instantly. It was gory and horrible. I'll spare you the details. The cougar never got her statue. The snake never got his spoon. The bear never got her feather, though the girl was gobbled up moments after the boy's departure. Mother Bear never intended to spare her at all. She was going to eat the boy when he returned as well. Mother Bear was a real bitch. But as the mangled child drifted down the river, the glowing berries escaped the knapsack and became caught upon a rock that jutted into the stream. A mist began to rise as the water struck the berries. As each burst, it created a streak of color across the sky, a glorious spectrum of rich vibrancy. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Such a spectacle had never been seen before. And that, my friends, is how the first rainbow was made. And how little boys are foolish, and little girls are useless, and animals are greedy, and bears can't be trusted. There are many lessons in this story, but most importantly, don't run on decrepit narrow bridges. But if you do, with your knapsack or pockets filled with glowing berries from a bush you had never seen before, and you're thrown from that bridge onto the gnashing waters below, body fragmented, splattering against the rugged rocks, whisked away to bloat and never be found by loved ones. And those berries come out of your knapsack and get stuck upon a rock, maybe one jutting out into the creek, and the water is at a speed that it hits them just right, and each bursts in the right order to create red and orange and yellow and green and blue and indigo and violet. You can remember it as Roy G. Biv. Across the sky in a spectrum of color. And maybe your death, maybe running on that bridge was worth it.
See there, I told you it wouldn't be bad. I remind you I also didn't promise it would be good. Truce. Let's take a moment to bask in the splendid glory of all the things we have learned from the wonderful world of podcasts. Okay, that's enough. As part of this special bonus transmission, you, dear listener, get to bear witness to the unveiling of our brand new trans-universe transponder. Well, would you look at that? It appears that in some alternate universe Chad is the host of a children's program. And why wouldn't he be? Perhaps we should listen. I'm sure it's the same family-friendly content we all expect to spew from Chad's foul mouth. Clutch your pearls, ladies, here we go.
Hi, boys and girls. Do you like playing? Of course you do. Playing is fun. You can play with your friends. You can play with your parents. Sometimes, you can even play with yourself. Some people prefer to play with themselves. Do you ever play with toys? Playing with toys can be fun for everyone. What's your favorite toy? Ooh, Lily says she likes playing with her rabbit. I know lots of little girls that have fun playing with their rabbits. Lily says sometimes she shares her rabbit with her brother. Aw. What's that, Tommy? How do you know Lily has a cat? What about balls? Do you like balls? Of course you do. Everyone loves playing with balls. Boys like playing with balls. Girls like playing with balls. Even mommies and daddies like to play with balls. Come on, everybody. Let's all play with our balls together. If you don't have balls, ask a friend. Maybe they'll let you play with their balls. Wasn't that fun? Ooh, look outside. There's a rainbow. Come on, everybody. Grab your balls and let's run down to the stream and see if we can find the dead body. Because we all know at the end of the rainbow is a dead body. Oh, look. There he is. He made a mess on the rocks, but he made a beautiful rainbow. Let's look at his body closely and see what we can find. Ooh, this is yucky. See, boys and girls, this little boy broke his neck really bad. It's called internal decapitation. Can you say that? Very good. Oh dear, it's getting dark. We have to say goodbye for now. I'm going to put this stick right here so we can easily find this body next time. And next week, we'll learn all about necrophilia. Are you excited? I am too. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you real soon.
I see you have not been deterred by the steaming pile of content we provided you in this special preview of Down to Folk. We promise to try harder next time. Our lovely Rainbow origin story was written and performed by Ariel Cooksey of the Malice podcast. Congratulations, Ariel, on that huge left turn you have made from true crime. Chad Brockbrader from the Perfect Package podcast, the entity solely responsible for today's Mr. Rogers fan fiction. For more information about Down to Folk, visit dtfstories.com. Or at DTF Stories across all social media. And lastly, if you are, as the kids say, DTF, visit the Down to Folk Patreon at patreon.com/DTFstories for exclusive content and live simulation events. Thank you again for listening. I am Lloyd Warrington of Mask, the Ministry of Augmented Something Something, and a K. Saying, any way you slice it, I assume you are awesome. And I'm sure someone loves you.